Welcome back to Bart's Gaming Corner. Let's play Pathfinder. The last sessions we got out of the... We survived the assassins in the Aldori Mansion. And made our way to Oleg's trading post. And we're on the verge of fighting another couple of bandits. We recruited Oleg and the alchemist Bokken, playing with a neutral evil barbarian, though the cynical mercenary type. So someone who's not a complete psychopath, so like a lawful chaotic evil character, but more someone who's only in it for himself. That's basically the type of character a neutral evil character is. And this box contains various household and hunting tools. Succeeded a perception check. You notice some good steel traps in the box. Use traps to help catch the bandits. So, one part
I won't be
of our defense is ready. Yeah, playing with an evil character is fun. I mostly play whatever RPG I play with. Even Tyranny, which is a game where you play for the evil overlord. But almost any RPG I play with, I mostly play either neutral or good overall. And it's a nice change of pace to play evil. It's nice to not listen to your conscience. I'm not a psycho myself, by the way. Very sympathetic and empathetic in general. Let's see what's to find here. Yes. There's some disgusting slush in the pot. Succeeded at lore. This seems to be tar. Spill tar near the trading post entrance to help slow down the bandits. Oh. Here. Money.
Onwards.
Money. Okay. I always save a lot in these types of games. Ah, traps. I think we can start fight the bandits. Yeah, maybe later. Wait for attack. I'm prepared for the attack. Get in your positions and wait. Finally, a fight. Was bored with all the talking. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful and please don't let Oleg do anything too risky. Thank you, Svetlana. By the way, I turned down the volume of the game. I use OBS and it captures the game perfectly, except the sound level is very high. So I turned down the sound level in the game itself. Let's see if that helps and you can understand me better. Continue. Svetlana, go hide inside. We're going to meet our guests. Hi. Oh, that helped. Let's see, we're gonna attack him. You're gonna attack him. What kind of spells do you have? Touch of Chaos. Well, this we need more. Yeah.
Repent.
And what can you do? Big light wounds. Well, let's also fight.
Your life ebbs low.
Oh, did I lose Oleg? No, I was only get some rest at Oleg's trading post. Collect. Cloak. Collect all. Well, I think we...
What a waste.
did find a cloak. And brace of armor. Yeah. It won't do any good. As you can see. Maybe her? No. Ah, willpower. Yeah. Some willpower comes in quite handy. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserved. Now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. And our Bakken here taught me a thing or two as well. Or them. Convince the old alchemist Bakken to help you in the struggle against the alchemist. And this is a very anything. Now, my lord, head on up to the guest rooms on the second floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean things up. Went well. I need to sell. Can I sell already? No. No, I have to rest first. Svetlana Leviton. And get some food. Yeah, a bit over encumbered, but locks. Oh, can't pick locks. Maybe someone else. Mesmerizing. This amulet increases by 1 the DC of all enchantment school spells cast by the wearer. It also grants the ability to cast Color Spray spell DC 13 spell 3 times a day as a first level wizard. Well, I don't have a wizard. Expert head. This head grants its wearer a +1 competence bonus on all skill check. Okay. Is there anything here? A book. And let's take a break. You wake up from a nasty dream that tortures you almost all night long. In it you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out of the window, and you found out that the fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream. Then...
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
A voice is barely more than a whisper as he reaches toward you. It seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Yeah, they are soundly asleep. Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. The bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. A defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish.
I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight.
Aid, salvation.
Oh.
We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
The Stag Lord is responsible for the fog?
Yes, It hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
Be gone, spirit. I've had enough of you.
No, please. This fog melts my power like snow under the bright rays of the sun in spring. I know not if I will have the strength to call to you again. We have a common enemy. Help me, and I can help you.
All right, speak up.
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
All right. How can I help you?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I didn't believe in fate, stranger. But our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
Nymph whisper fades as he disappears.
I lead. You follow.
Much needed rest. Good day. I hope you're feeling alright after that battle. Can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. What did you want to ask me? Svetlana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Stag Lord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. Just a trinket really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing that I misheard something, that I said something stupid and everyone around would laugh. She interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find my ring among the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. Svetlana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There's one more thing. Among the bandits there's a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. I can't promise anything, but if I do come across your ring, I'll return it to you. I understand. I appreciate any effort you put into it. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands into his personal kingdom, a kingdom of fear and oppression. I'll deal with the Stag Lord, have no doubt. Can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful. The Stag Lord is extremely dangerous. I have to go, farewell. And this is email 8 eyes. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the stolen lands. You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice, keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the one who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Who are you? Annual 8 Eyes. Once upon a time I was famous throughout Absalom. Annual 8 Eyes of the Reckless Six. Well, glory passes quickly. Few miserable decades later and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame. What are you doing here? Sit there waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in a backwoods tavern, but in Absalom I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They are brave hearts but shallow pockets. Little gold would be a welcome change for them. I can send them a message and it will come from Absalom through a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign and we'll arrange everything right away. Oh, okay, you can hire members for your party. Well, maybe later. Oleg greets you with a quick nod. So, the bandit breaker arrives. We took the money the bandit stole from Oleg. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk and it just hung in the air. Couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I'd bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic. First let's show me your wares, Oleg. Looking to pay for my wares with the same money you took from me? Is that funny to you? Yes, it is actually. Yeah. So those, this one. We may need that one later. Well, longbow, bow, mace, dagger, longsword, club. Yeah, let's keep one dagger. Up. Composite longbow. For sure. Heavy crossbow. And oh yeah. Curse of Ancient Eubora. No. Ink. All stuff we can sell. Oh, we need that. Craft urn, nugget, a figurine. Free. Actually, I don't know what it is. Camping supplies, yeah, we need that. So that. This. Yeah, so that. Let's see, can we buy camping supplies? Yeah, we will buy the lot. The guy in my class when I was at high school was called Bakken. His last name was Bakken. Well, wasn't a friend actually, acquaintance. Can I help you in any way? Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has been overrun by spiders. The berries are red, a lot like raspberries, fangberries I call them. Be grateful if you gathered a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick if you do, they spoil quickly. The spiders in the cave are mean. Here, let me give you some chemical fire. Crafted it myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That will teach them for taking over my fangberry cave. I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They are a rare and mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly. It's not a huge deal really. Do it myself if I were younger, but if you're willing I'll pay you. 3 potions for the berries and a purse full of coins for the radishes. Why do you need clangberries and moon radishes, Bokken? You want to know, eh? Well, I'll gladly tell you after you bring some to me. I'll consider it, Bokken. Whatever. Show me what you have. Okay. Those are very handy. Buy a couple more. Yeah, that will do. Remind me what you do here. What's there to tell? I'm a herbalist. Make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries. Besides, I live in the forest, live off the land. Since leaving Restov for these parts, I ended up a merchant here at Oleg and Svetlana's post. They let me in out of kindness, help me with things. They bring me water, firewood when it's cold, and the occasional barrel of honey. They're good people. I should go.
We do it my way.
The highway. Hey, what? It's you, Bart. I want nothing to do with you, leave. Why would I do that? Tell me about your past. My life is divided into 2 parts. First was filled with blind wandering, doubts and attempts to serve Torak. Second part began when I accepted Grotus into my soul and received a clear vision of the world. What exactly would you like to know? Once tried to serve Torak? Not just tried, it was a burning passion. I craved it by day and dreamt of it all night. Harren shakes his head, as if amazed by his own stupidity. You see, Bart, from my first days I felt the presence of the god at my back. I heard his whispers and felt his power, though the nature of his power was unclear to me. I thought Torak himself was trying to speak to me, and I did all I could to understand his words. Oh, what a naive fool I was. I had no idea that Torak, that uncompromising, conceited god, glamorized by old dwarves, was capable of betrayal. He turned away from me, Bart. He left me in the hour when I put all my hopes in him and desperately needed his support. Torak is the god of craftsmanship, so every follower, especially the clerics, must smith their own suit of armor. The day when this work is finished is like the 2nd birthday for a dwarf. He's newly born in the eyes of Torak. My 2nd birthday never came. I couldn't make armor, not even a sword, not even a single nail. My hammer smashed my fingers and fell on my feet. Molten iron burned my hands. The clerics laughed as they healed me. They used to say I was cursed by Torak, so I finally gave up any attempt to please the betrayer god. Even if Torak really has rejected you, is that enough reason to leave your homeland? You don't know much about dwarves. Harren lets out a sad sigh. How can a dwarf cursed by Torak go on living in a city where every single soul bows to Torak? I was alone, disgraced, humiliated, insulted. A lone tear glints in the light before sliding down Harren's cheek and hiding in his beard. I was trying to drown my sorrows in drink, but even the owner of the cheapest pub on the road would laugh at me while I put those marks in front of me. I couldn't take it any longer. I wanted everything to end. But there was one thing that kept me going and prevented me from ending my life. I could still hear the divine whisper behind my back. It was yet faint. It took a long time before I could hear it clearly. But having heard it once, I could never forget it. It was clear that none of Lared's deities favored me, so I left the 5 Kings Mountains and went on searching. Thanks for the conversation, we'll talk later. Harren nods with dignity. I'll be happy to continue our conversation later. Yeah, let's go out and evil stands. Yeah, let's go out and explore the world. Evil stands. The barbarian can focus her strikes. He gains a +1 competence bonus on melee attacks rolls and thrown weapon attack rolls. This bonus increases by 1 for every 4 level the barbarian has. This is a stance, rage power. The barbarian can't have more than one stance rage power active at the time. Actually activates a stance rage power when another one is active. The current stance immediately ends. Okay. Power attack, yeah. Oh yeah, we see the fog. That wasn't here when we arrived. Yep. Current group. Wait a minute, I have to... Oh. Seems to me... yeah. What kind of spell? Cure light wounds. Can learn that later. He will memorize it later when we rest. I really like her. She's cynical, but also quite effective. Let's see, where can we go with the Foreign Fort? New events. Set off the Foreign Fort and a bandit camp there. And we can go to the Tangberry Cave. There's someone on the road, get ready. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to you. His grey hair is unkempt. Continually cleanses and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks at you, his eyes widen and he tugs at his beard. Strange weather. Invisible fog creeping out of the woods. Soars beyond the sky. Obscures the sun and moon. Strange. The old man shakes his head, his eyes shifting about seemingly at random. I don't like this old man. Looks like the kind who can cast the evil eye. Move along, old man, we give no alms. Don't have time to listen to an old fool's nonsense, be gone. Bulldog barks loud while cunning one readies to bite. Cunning, short but stubborn. He's now in an ancient tomb that lies south of the trading post, searching for the great power that once gave joy and now brings only death. You don't want my nonsense? Then you hear sobs and screams. Once stolen, the land should be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, bound with the claimer shall be. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its death. Well, that was weird. Meet with Tartuccio in the stolen lands. Examine. Let's read. Did you right? Tartuccio, our leader's ignoble rival, is searching a nearby tomb for a certain ominous artifact. Let's go there and intervene. Okay. Our decision has been made for us. We shall go there. Anything we can find here? No. That here. Ancient tombs. Go this way. Bogart hunting grounds. Yeah, we go there later. Fight. Let's see, we're barbarians. We're not scared of a fight. I don't see anyone. Oh, here.
Become to the dust you will go.
You will.
Wretched things.
That was easy. Any more?
Despicable.
Yes. No, that's it. Yeah, there are a lot of random encounters in this game, which net you some XP and gear. Save. One, two, yes.
I won't be halted.
British mercenary, okay.
Yes.
This.
State
Any
your
other
desire.
spell that I can use? No, not for the moment. So. Gnome in gaudy purple garb seizes your attention. Of course, the scoundrel Tartuccio, who you know from your time in Restov. The vile gnome is standing on a small hill, expressing his discontentment in every way he can muster.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorian!
Well, can't let that slide.
Sir Tartuccio, I may serve you, but I am no one's slave. We do what we can, but it is no simple feat to find an unknown object in a vast dungeon.
Digging through a dusty dungeon, searching for I don't know what, and all this frowning. Scold, scold, scold. This is not how I imagined adventures with the future Baron. What am I ever going to write my book about? How we labored to open a chest filled with dust?
Ah, Lindsay again.
Quickly now, if we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Tartuccio turns his angry gaze upon you. He nods to his guard to draw the weapons. Okay. Valeria would say you and your sword can find greater glory than in service to Tartuccio. He summoned you to the fight as Stag Lord's bandit, now uses you for more questionable dealings. Lindsay. I think we'll use Lindsay. Yep.
I shall overturn a new leaf, and on that leaf I shall pen a wonderful, thrilling story of the victory of the future Baron and the bitter defeat of his malevolent, flatulent rival. Nah.
Lindsay sticks her tongue out at Tartuccio.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat.
Stand against me.
Ah, let's see. Valerie. We reach. Yeah.
Tear them apart!
Advance!
Repent!
A miserable,
Unworthy.
last chapter.
Oh, hope she isn't dead.
What a miserable last chapter.
Ah.
This won't kill me.
Yep. Oh, we got Lindsay in our party. This is longsword. Don't fool us so easily. We follow the trail and found their leader. Okay, he escaped. Any other stuff here? Bart. Words are what they say, low in fighting qualities but high in skills. They're more the type that will can buff the abilities of your other party members. Trickery, we will need that. Knowledge Arcana, knowledge World, Persuasion, and use Magic Device. Yes, I think she's the only one in the party right now who can do that. So at least we've got someone in our party who can disarm traps and pick locks. Next. Weapon focus. Okay, let's light crossbow. That's you. That will do. These are the Scott Sphere. Summon monster. Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Was lost.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
More stuff. Many YouTubers play a lone wolf, but I always like to have a full party. I like the interaction between the party members and.
How curious.
How curious. What did we find? Oh.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Oh dear. Isn't very skilled yet.
Done with waiting.
Let's use a health potion. Use another. She can't use health potions. I think she need
Speak.
Yep. Flick light wounds. And use that on herself. Yeah. How sweet! The first breath of fresh air after the still, damp stuffiness of that tomb. Forest stretching unending heath, replete with hills and gullies and patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tartuccio and his companions has gone cold. Lower nature, huh? Oh, okay. I must throw... I have +6, so I have to throw a 5 or more. But we would not give up so easily, whether the trail went cold or not. It was one we had to follow. Yes! Succeeded at lore. No blade of grass was bent. It must have had enough time to straighten back up since whoever last passed through. But the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until we finally came to a huge gully. The dried up bed of a river of yore. But what is this? At the edge, the grass was trampled down and the soil turned up, and claw prints, lots of them. We'd stumbled upon a fresh battlefield, and here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. Brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. Now we have to throw an 8 or higher. And we did. What did we throw? Succeeded. Oh, we rolled a 15. Oh, that's more than enough. And here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. The claw marks were not deep. The attacks were small and lean, and more. The creatures walked on 2 legs. Finally, the form of the prince left no doubt in their minds. We stumbled onto Kobold lands. Detect magic. We did discover traces of a spell, apparently from the illusion school of magic, near where the lonely trail descended into the gully. We examined the path that snaked around the gully. The path was frequently used. In its dusties we saw both sets of footprints together. It was clear that those who had no claws left the battle surrounded by those that did. We stood a while in thought and followed the single set of footprints down into the gully. The way down was steep and it took some time to reach the bottom. Walking on the loose soil was difficult, but the clawed footsteps were easy to spot. The bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally the footprints turned, whirled up the steep slope and disappeared at the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animal agility and clever claws of the creature we were following. The slope before us was as tall as 2 tall men, and it ended at a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady-looking root stuck out of the ground from the top. Mobility. Oh, we have to throw a 6 or higher. There was one brave hero among us who decided to try his luck and climb the root. And that will be Lindsay. Accept. Succeed! Well, this is all going very well. After tugging on the root, Lindsay took a deep breath, grabbed it with both hands and began the difficult ascent. Pushing with her feet against the slope and grabbing the root with both her hands, she climbed higher and higher. Only her heavy breathing and the faint creaking of the roots broke the deadly silence. Suddenly, dust poured down from the top of the slope and the root began to slide from the ground. Keeping her wits, Lindsay shifted her weight to her legs and froze. After a tense moment, she continued her journey and soon had reached the top of the slope. After catching her breath, she lay on the ground and offered her hand to help the next of us up. After climbing out of the gully, one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense, and we sensed that we were approaching our target, and our intuition proved correct. Well, that's a whole lot of text, by the way. And there's a lot of that more in this game.